It's been 5 years since Galileo's clash with the Veil, and after that day when he barely left with his life, he has been training to kill him and put an end to this feud. So he sets off on a journey to find him. He finds himself at the mountain where the old Decepticons dwell. He starts his ascension up the summit. At the peak, he is greeted by 𝕭𝖑𝖔𝖉. He charges at him swift and deadly, using his sword to cut his legs off and cutting him down to size and instantly beheading him. Then Megatron drops down, drives him into the ground, then sends him rolling with a single kick. He gets up and takes advantage of Megatron's turn back and slams him on the floor. And with rapid stabs, Megatron meets the same fate as 𝕭𝖑𝖔𝖉. The Veil stands over the Autobots with their power cut off. The emergency power is activated. Using this as the perfect opportunity to drop down onto Bumblebee. Bumblebee gets up and starts throwing aimless punches at the Veil. The Veil dodges Bumblebee's punches with ease, weaving through each one before striking back with a flurry of rapid blows that force him back, then spins into a final charge, landing a punch that knocks Bumblebee's head clean off. Prime charges in, enraged, but the Veil leaps over him, slams him to the ground, and crushes his head underfoot without hesitation. The Veil walks off in silence, leaving only the shattered remains of Prime and Bumblebee behind. At his citadel, the Veil orders the Voidling. If I fall, study him. Learn how he fights. Break him. Moving through the forest, Galileo feels eyes on him. The Voidling tracks him, relays his location, then steps out and summons his mech to engage. The battle begins. Galileo's outmatched. The Voidling slams him down and drives his blade down, forcing Galileo to roll side to side to avoid the strikes. Galileo struggles to get up but takes several heavy hits, knocking him down again. He spring kicks the Voidling, draws his sword, and they clash fiercely. Sliding forward, Galileo cuts off its arm and leg. The Voidling drags itself away, accepting its fate, until an arrow knocks the sword from Galileo's hand. Attached is a note: "Meet me where it started." The Veil. The Veil stands atop Galileo's old home. Galileo approaches him, and the two stand off for what could be the final fight of their lives. Galileo is already injured from fighting the Voidling. He draws his sword and swings at the Veil with full force fueled with pure hate. Tonight he kills the Veil. He grabs the Veil, slams him down, then spins and hurls him again. Brutal, disorienting. The Veil staggers, but stays standing. He goes in with full speed, hitting the Veil from all angles, but the Veil is even faster and disarms Galileo and goes in to do damage. The Veil pummels Galileo with bone-breaking punch after punch, driving him back, dazed and staggering. And then Roundhouse kicks him onto the floor where he is dragged to the same place he was rendered unconscious and couldn't save his brothers. That's where the Veil sent punch after punch, then jabs his very heart. Knocked down, Galileo tries to rise, forcing out the last of his strength, but the Veil strikes him down again. Focus slipping, the darkness takes him. The Veil grabs his sword, ready to finish what he started 5 years ago. The Batmobile skids in. Batman launches out, slamming into the Veil, spinning and dropping him. The Veil slashes with Galileo's sword, but the Dark Knight dodges and counters with precision. Batman snaps his cape to stun the Veil, then unleashes a rapid, brutal beatdown, each strike driving him back and breaking his defense until the Veil struggles to stand, then collapses. Batman picks up the Veil, taking him to the one place that could hold him, the Phantom Zone. After loading him in the Batmobile, the Dark Knight leaves a remote Batarang in case Galileo needs to reach him, and with that, the Caped Crusader speeds away. Galileo is surprised to be left alive. He goes for his sword and finds the Batarang. He keeps it knowing it might come in handy later on. 𝕭𝖑𝖔𝖔 has found the citadel where the Voidling is at, and they have a confrontation where both sword wielders' skill is tested. They clash, and 𝕭𝖑𝖔𝖔 comes out on top. The ghosts of the past may rest.